Be'ezat Hashem, we're continuing with our Shalom Bayit Shiur. We're up to the section page 130. He says, attention or lust. Yesterday we mentioned that what? This whole thing of purity. He says, be careful with purity. We said that this has to do a lot with Zer al-Batala. We never mentioned it, really. But there are people, unfortunately, men, grown men, who are practicing this thing, and it's not such a good thing. We said that it destroys relationships. So he says, after the sin of the tree of knowledge, Hashem cursed Chava that she and all the women after her will be subservient to their husbands. As it says, and to your husband will be your desire, and he will rule over you. The meaning of this punishment is that a woman's vitality and joy comes from her husband, from the honor and loving attention that she receives from him, as we have said in previous chapters. See, it's in line with what the Torah says. She's dependent on him, meaning everything that he gives her, or every way she feels, it's depending on him. If he's going to make her feel wonderful, she's feeling wonderful. If not, she's feeling horrible. Even
if her parents give her honor, respect, but husband...
Yeah, absolutely. It's not. We said forget about her. We said at work, employees, she's the president, CEO of major corporation, thousands of people under her. One man in her house that does not give her, that's it. She's drained. He says one thing that prevents a husband from giving this love and attention to his wife is the lust for sex. He says when a husband lusts to be with his wife, he stops giving and instead looks to receive. Because at the end of the day, when I'm hungry, I don't care who's there. Let's say I'm hungry for food, right? When I come home, am I nice to her? Am I nice to the kids? No, I need to satisfy my hunger. I am parpar. I need to eat. I didn't eat the whole day. I had a whole, a rough day, this, that. Give me the food, we'll talk later. Over here, chas v'shalom, it's the same thing. Give me the food, and then we'll talk later. When it's supposed to be the other way around. You understand? He says, he stops being the source of vitality for her, and consequently no longer rules over her. On the contrary, she now controls him, since she has what he lusts for. Can you believe that? And how many men are on this? How many men are on this in this thing where she knows, and what does she do? She keeps that against him. She says, oh yeah, no problem. She doesn't go to the mikvah. She says, I'm sick right now. She says, I'm this, I'm that. And he's inside, like a hungry dog, cannot control his craving. Says, the Rebbe of Kotz commented on the above verse, says, and to your husband will be your desire, and he will rule over you. The husband rules over the wife only when she longs for him, and not the other way around. You hear? When she wants him, he rules over her. When he's wanting her, like a hungry animal, then he goes,
It's the opposite.
It's the opposite.
She rules over you.
Exactly. If she's a mere object of his appetite, she will rule over him, and such a home will collapse. He says, such a home cannot last due to the following spiritual rules. When a husband craves for his wife, he creates in her an exact opposite force. The feeling that she cannot bear him. Lust from the husband is met by repulsion from the wife. The stronger the lust, the stronger the repulsion, until there is no greater suffering for the wife than to be intimate with her own husband. She will not want him to even touch her. Such a wife comes to dread the day of her ritual immersion in the mikvah, feeling like death row convict on the day of execution, chas v'shalom. The steps down into the mikvah are like the steps to the gallows. The husband feels that he's coming to give her love, and she feels that she's entering the depths of purgatory. He looks like the angel of death to her, a monster, and she entirely is repulsed by him. Why? I'm here to satisfy myself, and zeo. You understand? That's how she feels. So therefore she feels used. She feels like, what is this? What am I? Here, am I an object over here? Or am I a person? Am I somebody that he's supposed to love? Here, often husbands mistake their lust for their wives for love. Many times this happens in the beginning of the stages of courtship. Oh, I love her. You don't love her. You don't know even who she is. You lust for her because she looks nice, she has a decent body, and so on and so forth. He says, the truth is that as long as a husband lusts for his wife, he cannot truly love her. Love is giving, but lust is selfish taking. One way to test love is by looking at what happens once any physical lusts have been satisfied. Does his longing for his wife suddenly disappear? Huh? He has a lust, yeah? He's hungry, comes home, he eats food, now what? Ah, Baruch Hashem. Yeah, he can't even look at this baksh anymore or whatever he's eating, yeah? Same thing over here, he says. If you want to see if you lust her or you love her, he says, see, once the act is done, are you still lusting for her? Are you still wanting her? No. Turn around, go to sleep. Bye-bye. Thank you very much. He says, does his excitement and love for her disappear as if it never existed? How many times that happens? Yeah. Perhaps he even feels repulsed by her and has no patience to talk with her anymore. Does he go straight to sleep? If this is what happens, it seems fair to say that his contact with his wife is more for the purpose of fulfilling his own desires than it is for fulfilling her needs. The love, quote unquote, that he feels is really nothing but lust. Yeah?
So how can we define what are her needs in this time?
Oh, 1 second. It says, when husbands treats their wives in the same way that they treat their inanimate objects, that have neither soul nor feelings, their wives feel more dead than alive, like empty vessels. You're saying, how do we make?
No, it says to fulfill her.
Yeah.
So
What's
he
her
has to
needs?
know what her needs are in
Good.
this time.
Her needs, she needs to, as we said yesterday, the man said, when you talk nice words during the day, send her a text here and there. What are you doing? You're seasoning the meat. Yeah, you're making the meat soft. Yeah, preparing the steak for the grill. So therefore, he says during the day, sweetie, how are you, my love? You know, when you come, you know, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, talking, you know, you know. After the act, also, sweetie, la la la, pee, a little hug, so on and so forth. Yeah, meaning this shows what? That I'm here for you. I want to make you happy.
During the act, also Rabbi mentioned that you go part by part of her body.
Yeah.
And describe how beautiful it
Absolutely,
is.
absolutely.
You're so number one.
Absolutely. This will keep her going, and this will that she'll see that you know what? Nobody says that you cannot satisfy your craving. Nobody says that. You have to satisfy your craving, but you have to satisfy through through satisfying her. You satisfy your craving. Not that I don't care what this is. You know, men. We said before needs what? 3 to 5 minutes. You understand? Woman, she's just getting started around that time because it's you have to warm her up and so on and so forth. Meanwhile, he's already finished, and it's like what's going on, and this happens for days, months, and years, and a woman feels like what I'm just there. Here, I'm just there. He says the Bible relates the story of Amnon and Tamar. I was just going to mention that. Yeah. Amnon had a tremendous desire with his sister Tamar. Yeah. After many unsuccessful attempts to entice her, he took her by force. Immediately after that incident, the Bible tells us what? And Amnon hated her with a great hatred. For greater was the hatred that he hated her with that the love which he had loved her. Meaning in the beginning, he thought he was madly in love with her. Yeah, he wanted, before the act, right? After the act, he couldn't stand looking at her. It's like, what is this? What kind of He says, his hatred for her, was greater than the love which he thought he had for her.
So this lust is a curse?
It is you want to call it a curse? Again, it all stems for not controlling yourself. You hear? Everything that is uncontrollable is a curse. You hear?
Why is lust there?
Why is lust? No,
What's
because
the meaning of lust?
in English, it means to let's see. Where's my
Physical desire.
lust? Can you grab your phone? Where's the thing? Lust. Can you define lust?
Desire is the tava, not lust.
No, he's talking about lust, and lust is that physical desire to satisfy yourself.
1 second, we'll get the actual. L-U-S-T.
L-U.
S-T.
תשוקה.
No, in English.
Last pockets. Last, okay, last. Desire.
English.
What English? This English.
Desire?
Passion, desire, lust.
desire, no? Lust is a desire.
תשוקה כבוד הרב.
Lustfulness, salacity, crave, gape, lust, pen.
sexual desire זה, לא כמה.
Again, you could lust for other things also. I can lust for
רק talking about sexual desire.
yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, that's what it is. You hear?
חובות אצל ואני צריך להתחתן.
So it says,
להתחתן?
our sages learned
עוד לא התחתנת?
from this story that
איך
love
זה לא
built
התחתנת
on
עוד?
lust will in the end turn to hatred. You hear? And unfortunately, many of our young people right now, they're getting married because of this. They lust for a girl, they see how good she looks, they don't know anything about her, they don't really,
חתן אובי,
they don't really,
needs to get married.
you know, get physically or how do you call it, connected, yeah? So this love, he says, it's going to turn into hatred. Any love that depends on this, any love that depends on a specific cause, when that cause is gone, the love is gone. But if it does not depend on a specific cause, it will never cease. What sort of love depends on a specific cause? The love of Amnon and Tamar, right? Well, he loved her because of the fact that he wanted to be with her. Once he was with her, what happened? He hates her. Yeah. And what love did not depend on a specific cause? The love of David and Jonathan, right? The Meiri explains that Amnon loved Tamar merely for lustful gratification. Once he had his gratification, he couldn't stand her any longer. Here, no more. Why? When you see somebody very beautiful and attractive, you're lusting for her. You want her, you can't. Yeah? Once you get her, you know what happens? Like, that's it. Whatever. I'm no longer there. You hear? Because unfortunately, this is what happens in the marriages. Nowadays also. They get married, 3, 4, 5, 6 months later, what happens? That's it. I'm not interested. What happened? You were going out with her 6 months, you were lusting after her. No, what's going on? What's the good? Yeah? He says, as long as the husband is lustful, he'll without a doubt develop a lust for infidelity as well. Anna. He will even like other women because of the fact that he is lusting for this thing, yeah? Even if he is not unfaithful in the most literal sense, he will definitely be unfaithful with his eyes and in his mind. He will gaze at other women and be desirous of their beauty. The evil inclination will constantly show him that other women are far more attractive and exciting than his wife. As King Shlomo wrote in Proverbs, stolen waters are sweet. Yeah?
So the physical attraction of a woman is a bonus, is not the main thing.
Well, absolutely, yeah, of course.
It's
You
not-
don't get married because of physical attraction.
Some people do.
Yeah, and that's what he says. Some people are gonna have problems.
Most
You're
people
right.
are like that.
Yeah,
Most people,
Yeah.
95%.
yeah.
Well,
And that's why we have
man
problems.
needs to be attracted in order to marry this person.
So, yeah, you're right, right? You have to, but there have to be other things involved.
No, yes, of course.
Also, he says the means of this individual is just the attraction, and once the so that's what. How long a marriage is lasting nowadays? You understand what I'm saying? A lot of marriages are not lasting many days. Why? Because that's it. Amnun Tamar situation. I got what I thought I got it, and next I need another thing. A man that looks at another woman can't fully love his own wife. She'll always be angry with him. For it is written, lust breeds separation. Yeah, this is in Proverbs. He's not talking to himself. The Ben Ish Chai relates a story in this vein and tells that a rabbi once asked one of his congregants how many wives he has. This confused the man. He answered, dear rabbi, you know that I only have one wife. The student asked, how many wives do you have? He says, the rabbi responded, you're lying. In truth, you have many wives that you hide away in secret chambers. I can see that you often fantasize about other men's wives, and the thoughts of these women are embedded in your mind and in your heart. The latter are the secret chambers that I was referring to, where you hide these other wives. The man ashamedly admitted the truth. You see, Many of us we have this, and unfortunately we don't admit the truth,
How come
and
he-
that's why.
how
And that's
we
why.
know that? How we
Huh?
know that?
How do we?
How we saw is in him.
Oh, he saw. Yeah, we're talking.
How come we know that?
He saw.
He was powerless.
He says, when a man thinks about other women, gazing at them and fantasizing about them, apart from being unfaithful to his wife, he also transgresses many severe Torah prohibitions, since it is forbidden for a man to purposely gaze at women or think about them. Such a husband transgresses 2 of the 10 commandments. Do not commit adultery and do not covet your neighbor's wife. Wow. See, looking at her and thinking about her, you committed spiritual adultery. Spiritual adultery. You know what that is? That's crazy. Can you imagine how many spiritual adultery situations we have throughout our days and throughout our weeks? Yeah, if we don't control our eyes and our minds.
That's why this rabbi, I forgot his name, he said, she saves me from the sin
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah,
and my kids.
yeah.
Rav Chia.
Yeah. He says, loving, warm, and affectionate treatment before physical union is of paramount importance to a wife. You hear? That's what she wants. She wants this. She's not a cold girl. He says, Rav Shlomo Wold of blessed memory wrote, physical intimacy is a powerful bribe, but a wife is not deceived by such a bribe. On the contrary, during physical contact, she consents with pain if there is not yet any spiritual closeness. For this we have to know, physical union is the peak of intimacy, but every peak has a journey that must be trod until one reaches it. Physical intimacy, void of spiritual closeness, is offensive to a woman. Women look only to spiritual intimacy and consideration. This is what they love. When she receives such treatment, then the wife herself will desire to also have physical intimacy. You hear? When she's spiritually loved by her husband, she's gonna want her husband. But she knows when you're doing it because just to satisfy your hunger. And she might be with you, but deep inside she's hating it. You hear? And she doesn't want it. He says, but if her husband does not show her true consideration and care and constant closeness of mind and soul, then she will feel disgusted at the thought of physical intimacy with him. Physical closeness that does not flow from closeness of mind and soul is degrading and painful for a woman. That's why many men, we hear that what? They're married for many years, says, my wife doesn't want to be with me. Rabbi John, I don't understand what. I do everything, I come home, I don't go anywhere, I'm this, I'm that. He says, yes. If you read this paragraph, it means you don't give her no physical, no spiritual intimacy. Yeah? You don't give her nice words, you don't send her a text during the day, Johnny man, how are you? You don't call her, say, wow, I miss you. You know, these little things are major home runs. Major. People don't understand that. Say, I'm gonna text her a heart. Come on, yeah. You know, for her, this will melt her to the point she's waiting. When is my husband coming? When is my husband coming? You understand? And like this, if you constantly do it, she's ready for you at any time. Here?
But if not, she feels like she is punching back,
Yeah?
and Beshum often is not gonna happen.
Yep.
And if you did it, I don't want to be in your shoes. It's a very bad shoes to be in. Because you will never forget that you used them.
Yeah.
Don't, this is a suit, Bishum often to do it. Because they know exactly when you're coming to use her and when they met you sincere. They know. They know. They have a sensor that we don't have.
Doctor.
They have some kind of sensor that Hashem gave them. They know exactly what's on your mind.
Rav Wolf, yeah? Rav Wolf's above teaching is the foundation of successful conjugal relations. Spiritually, one's true love and respect of one's wife is very conducive to a good livelihood. Here, he says, when you have a good spiritual relation with her and then have physical relations, it's very good for making money. True love is the result of a husband's concern for his wife and not for his own lustful drives, as well as his recognition of her as a cherished person and not as a mere vehicle to fulfill his desires. You hear? Many of us, why are you getting married? Oh, what do you mean? I want to eat, yeah, laundry, and the bed. What do you think? What's a man here for? You hear? No, you're laughing, but that's what it is.
Those are the reasons they mean.
That's the. Meanwhile, what is he supposed to do? He's supposed to be giving. So far, he mentioned three takings, right? I'm gonna eat. He's taking.
The
Laundry, he's
Muslim-
taking.
Muslim mentality, exactly like this.
Yeah, it's
She's
not.
made for me.
It's not only
Whatever I
Muslim mentality. This is the mentality of the world out there. Yeah, the women are an object of fulfilling their desire. You understand? And this is what he's saying. This is not gonna last long time. You will have problems.
Let's do this. How many men coming to give?
To give. They don't know they have to give.
How many
They don't know.
boys that coming under the chuppah? What does he have in his mind?
He wants to take.
Most of them,
It's
They
mostly
just come to
taking.
get married,
Better.
that's it.
She's gonna do this for me. She's gonna do that for me.
They
Why
don't know they
are
have to give.
why they smiling at each other? Why?
I want to take from
It's
you.
stupid.
I gotta show you.
found
they're
you, I
infatuated.
found you.
Ah,
Because they are infatuated.
It's stupid. They don't know what's
I
going
found
on.
you.
That's
Now,
what I'm
I'm
saying.
gonna take care of
Infatuation
you,
is no
don't worry
good.
about it.
Infatuation no good.
It's necessary.
It's
show you later on.
necessary to be attracted.
Just to start.
It's not necessary to be infatuated. Attracted
There's
is
a
very
place
good.
for it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like when you press the engine.
But that becomes the main thing.
No, that's not good.
Just to start.
he's-
Show him that потом соединяться. Понял? Сейчас
Ребята,
the bottom line is we have to get to a point that it's a busha to accept.
Amen.
Okay? Because if I need something, I become poor. I become needy. A man do not become needy. Oy vavoy yelo. He's here only to give. I don't need.
20 years old, young man is full of desire.
Again, we know that. But if you know how to teach them, okay, what is the concept here? So the desires will go accordingly. He doesn't have to do anything. She will. Okay. It's not only intimacy. There is already the roof of the house. That's the roof. He talks about
How
Found.
to get there.
foundations. It's all mindset. Why are you standing under the chuppah? What you try to accomplish? If you came to take, you can go back home. Don't stand here because your life will be more than miserable.
Rabbi, this will be the interview subject when a young man comes to take the daughters to be married. This will be what's in your mind?
Yeah.
he might not understand what you're talking about. Yeah, because their understanding right now, they don't understand that they have to give. If somebody teaches them that this is what a man is, that he's a giver and not a taker, only then they will understand. But if you're gonna stay there and then say, you know what a man is? A man is a giver. You'll be like, what are you talking about? Who's gonna cook for me? Who's gonna do for me? Who's gonna wear for me? And that's what he's. But that's what he's thinking. That's what he's thinking. Why? Because he received this for 20 years from his mom. She cooked for him. She cleaned for him. She laundered for him. She, fed him with a spoon. Even at 20, You understand? Well, what does he have in his mind?
Say,
Only to take.
continue.
How is he going to overnight start to be a giver? How? That's not normal.
And the father has to recognize, identify what
Oh,
kind of
so
guy is coming.
now that we know, as older fathers, we have to teach our younger sons, if they're not married, to say that. So no, you got to be a giver. So get all this at home, what you had.
No,
Taking.
they teaching us if you a giver, you friar.
Yeah, yeah,
You're loch.
yeah.
That's what you are. Yeah,
Unfortunately,
that's what they. Everybody is.
unfortunately.
Don't be friar.
Teach your law story.
Don't be friar, זה מה שמלמדים?
According to the Torah, when you give, you are ish. Why ish? Moshe היה ish. Why? He gave everything to Am Yisrael. I don't need nothing from them. I gave up my wife, my kids, everything. Just take. Take. That's who I am. That's ish. At the moment they say, where is my food? Where is this? Where is that? Where is that? Come on. No. That's this you have to teach you when the kids are, starting to be 17, 18, you have to tell them, Rabotai.
From bar mitzvah, kod Rav, you have to teach.
מה?
From bar mitzvah.
במצווה, אנחנו כאלה. מה בוא נדבר?
This phrase that a man has to disattach himself from the parents, like it has to be explained very, very deeply. It's a big concept.
That's why לעזוב has two meanings to it. To live and to help. עזוב תעזוב עמו. על כן יעזוב איש. If you want to help your parents, right? Leave already the, because until now you were poor. You just got tzedakot from Abba, from Ima, you're taking. מה יהיה הסוף שלך? What's going to be the end with you? That's not good. Go be ish. Now you give, now the transaction is from here, you have to come here בכלל. That's difficult. Needs a lot of preparation. Yeah? No preparation בכלל. Just to think about it is very scary. Very scary. How do you take a child, 21 years old or 22 years old, that all his life he got. Now you tell him, Adoni, switch and give.
So what's the recommendation? To train
Have
the
to
child?
be prepared 2-3 years in advance. This is only temporary. It's not good for you. It's not good.
Yeshiva teaches this, Kod Rav?
Huh?
Yeshiva, they teach this?
The parents also.
The parents don't know. The yeshiva, they know.
I'm telling you. Huh?
Yeah. This is why, remember we did Avigdor Miller book? Treat your children like poor children.
Yes,
Rich people should treat their children like poor children. Why? Don't give in.
They want
Let
to
them work
raise
for
them.
it. Remember what I said? $300? No problem. Here's $40. My, the rest you gotta do
Down
yourself.
payment.
The rest you gotta do yourself. What? Do this, do that, do this. You get money.
At
for it.
least
You
he's gonna
understand?
be thinking
In the house.
about it.
I was part of that school.
You were part of that school? Really? In your house?
No,
Yeah.
I was buying my own everything from first.
12 years old. 12 years old. I don't get anything, my kids. Nothing.
And my dad said you have a roof and you have a room.
That's
and I
it.
feed you.
That's it.
Anything
This
else?
is my
What?
My weakness.
Well, no.
You didn't do this for the Rav.
We don't give anything.
No. My wife, she is. That I break the head and say, this is my child. Sugar.
Ih, João, me dá aí,
Let me help him, you know. But why should he struggle if I can, you know, I can make it for him ככה, המנורות. No, don't spoil them.